and Brian Duvall, along with a very special guest, new head boys basketball coach at Oak Ridge, Neil Laminack. Coach, welcome. First of all, tell folks a little bit about you and how excited are you to get started?
Well, thank you for having me here, and we're very excited. We're about 4 or 5 days out from the start of actual practice. Ended on a very high note today, our last day of preseason workouts, and I'm just really excited about the opportunity for the incredible district that we're going to be in and the chance to compete in 6A.
You've learned some of your coaching pedigree under a pretty good name. Going into the Sweet 16, Coach John Calipari called Mr. Johnson to offer an opinion, give you a recommendation the day after he beat #1 Wichita State to go into the Elite Eight. That had to make you feel really good.
It did. I had a unique opportunity to be a graduate assistant for Coach Cal his first year at Memphis, and just the fact that he was even thinking about that after he had the biggest upset of the entire college season, it really meant a lot to me, and I think it really speaks to who he is as a person.
How much of your coaching philosophy did you take and learn from him?
I don't know that I can necessarily pinpoint one thing, but it was just a lot of things. And if I had to say, it was that he's very innovative, and he's always ahead of the curve. And one of the things that really people that get irritated about him and why he's probably not as well liked as some people is not just the fact that he wins, but he's so ahead of the curve. He's doing things that nobody else thought about doing. He's doing things that, he's the first one to do it. He's a pioneer.
Coach, let's talk about some of the things that you like that you've seen in your preseason workouts, and talk about the type of team that you expect on the floor when we start basketball, and kind of the philosophies of basketball that you want your team to play.
The biggest thing has been the buy-in. As a new coach coming in, you always hope that you're going to get everybody to buy into your ideas and your style of play and your philosophy and the discipline and the organization. And so that's been the biggest thing, is that there's been buy-in. It's everyone's doing what you're asking them to do, and they're doing it the way that you want them to do it. And what really intrigues me about our team is I think we're going to be able to be kind of a chameleon, or a hybrid. Like whatever kind of team we need to be on a given night, I think we're going to be able to play fast if we need to play fast. We're going to be able to slow down and grind it out if we have to. We got a nice little mix of size and some quickness, a little bit of athleticism, not super athletic across the board, but we got a little bit of everything.
Coach, in preseason workouts, did any of the players stand out for you, or anything you might be expecting kind of big things? I know we're a few days away from the start of actual practice, but preseason workouts, anybody that kind of stand out for you?
I would say there's about 15. The guys that will be on the varsity.
Coach, it's kind of a fun time for you to come into Oak Ridge. Coach Rush has done an amazing job as coming in and kind of turning the tide over the entire athletic program at Oak Ridge. The volleyball team just a couple days ago got their first win in 19 tries over the Woodlands. That was a huge thing. Obviously, the football team has really started to turn it around. And softball, soccer, baseball, having one of the prominent best players in Luke and Baker. It's a fun time to be on campus. What is the vibe that you get when you stepped onto campus?
Oh, that's it. It's amazing. It's you don't see a lot of schools that have the school spirit that they do. I mean, just to see kids that, a lot of times people think teenagers are just apathetic and complacent. I mean, they have some school spirit. They're proud that they go to Oak Ridge High School. They wear all the spirit and fan gear all the time. And I told our guys yesterday, I said, you know what, the volleyball team and football team's not doing us any favors. We got to step up, and we got to keep carrying the torch. And I said, but the thing is, we get to beat them twice.
That's true. That's true. Coach, let's talk about some of the fun things about you're kind of from Texas and a chance to come back, and you got a young family. And what was it like when you found out that you got the nod to come to Oak Ridge?
I was elated. Just an opportunity to come back here. My parents live in the area. My grandfather lives in Conroe. All of our friends are here. And not just to come back to the area, but to come back to Oak Ridge, just like you said, at the most exciting time probably in school history. It was kind of a perfect storm for me. And I told Mr. Johnson and Coach Rush the other day, I said, man, I tell people all the time just how fortunate and blessed that I am with this opportunity. And I commented to Coach Rush the other night, I was like, man, I appreciate you, man, for letting us not just the opportunity to have the job, but to be able to come in and work the job, to be able to come in and put the things in place that we feel like we need to have in order to build a successful program.
What are some of the things that people don't realize that coaching at this level is the most challenging?
There's so much. Well, in order to be successful, there's so much more to it than just the basketball part of it. You got to have the buy-in from the kids. You got to have the buy-in from the parents and the community. You got to be healthy. Your kids got to maintain their grades. You got to have the chemistry, and you got to have a pretty good idea of what you're doing. I mean, there's just so many factors that go into not just being able to put a team out there on the court, but able to win at the highest level.
Coach, you do return a couple of players that were part of a team that upset Spring Westfield, a district champion, in the first round, and can those couple of players help kind of build that experience for you in getting that postseason experience?
Yeah, I would like to think so. And not only did we have some upperclassmen, some seniors returning this year that were juniors last year, they were part of that team. We had a couple of freshmen last year that suited out, got some of that playoff experience, that are going to be sophomores that we're going to count on heavily this year. But I've been really pleased with, especially in the last few weeks as we're winding down preseason, with our seniors. I was a little concerned at first, but they have really stepped up and shown some tremendous leadership and shown that playoff experience has done something to them.
Obviously, you said it's not an easy district. You got Atascocita, that obviously they lost their star to Oklahoma State, but the defending champion, district champion in College Park returns 2 of their 5 starters, but they've got a very deep bench. The Woodlands always plays sound defense just in the area. And then you got Summer Creek, that's good, and Kingwood, that's big up front. So it's definitely not an easy district by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and I would venture to say that statewide it's got to be one of the most competitive. I would put it in the top 5 most competitive 6A districts in the state. The fortunate thing for us is it is a very tough district, but we get to go to Region 2. We don't have to go through Houston through the playoffs. But I was just talking to a Conroe player that I saw on the other side of the stadium tonight, and we both kind of agreed it's anything on any night. I mean, any team in the district on any night is capable of beating the other team, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be very interesting to see how it unfolds, because nobody's going to roll through the district undefeated. It wouldn't surprise me if the first place team has 3 or more losses. It is a very tough, it is a very competitive district. And the other thing that I like about it is if you come out of this district, you have a very good chance of making a pretty far run.
College Park went all the way to the regional quarterfinals last year. Let's just talk about your schedule. You've got some tough tournaments to kind of really start the November and December part of your schedule.
Yeah, we're going to be going to Magnolia for a tournament, and just got that field. It's going to be pretty competitive. And then we got 2 really hard ones that I feel like are going to be hard. We go to the Fort Bend Outback tournament, and then we're going to the MT Rice tournament at Midway High School in Waco. Kind of the funny thing about that tournament's so old, my dad played in it.
Hopefully you're not playing in the same gym that he
No. I doubt. What I've heard is Midway's gym is really nice. But it's the goal for those tournaments was, though, to get us prepared for the district. I'm not really concerned about what our record is until district is over. That's the only record I'm worried about.
Basketball has the unique challenge of having the kids overcome challenge of there's 2 stoppages of holidays. You got Thanksgiving break, and then you've got the Christmas break. Does that kind of help you, or does it kind of like you like the players and the athletes, they're kind of creatures of routine, and when they're in a routine, it's a little bit better for them when they're in school?
Well, it is good that we have it, because it's the longest season of any sport, and we play more games than any sport. And, it's you got to manage, and you got to peak at the right time, and you're going to have, it's going to peak, and you're going to have valleys. But no, I enjoy the break. I think it's good. It really gives you that fresh start for the second half when you come back to start district.
All right, folks. Neil Laminack, new head coach at Oak Ridge boys basketball. Coach, thanks for joining us. Best of luck to you.